Hey, from Area 51 Raceway, real quick video. So I know I've been building this chassis and there were some, comments on how it would handle since the guide is really not completely under the axle. And it's a top heavy car and it does handle decently. You just got to know how to drive it. So it's not like flopping off and everything. But one critical thing I always make sure is that the guide height is really where I want it. As you can see, these are kind of like barely touching is what I want. And from what I've done on this track and taking it to Harry's track on Labor Day, the cars, I set them the same way due to this track, and they seem to run well on this wood track. So this right here, again, like I said, it's ideal. You'd want it for this car, you'd want it under the axle, but it would stick out. But what I was trying to do was keep this kind of more of a modelistic view of it. So if you see the chassis is, you could see it right underneath the body, and I plan on putting a hood on this and headers right here because I'm not going to put an engine on it. I'm debating, and but it hides it real well. That's why I didn't want the guide sticking out, so it's tucked in the car and it looks pretty modelistic. On a modelistic point of view is what I'm trying to get at with this one. But when you spin it around the track, it holds on pretty good, so you just got to know how to drive it. It will flop off if you go too fast, but just like with any old car, that's what would happen. But for now, it seems to tootle around pretty good. And I'm at 10 volts, of course. I'm driving gingerly just to see, show on the video that if I push it a little, it will come off. See, just like that. But all in all, it looks pretty cool because I like how the chassis looks on it, on the frame of the car, because it looks pretty realistic. It's pretty much has a nice look to it, and then the guide isn't sticking out in the front, so therefore you don't see it. It's tucked into the car, but still got some work to do on it. I have the wheels painted. I just have to, or the inserts more. That's what I meant, the inserts. So all I have to do is just cut these axles down, and for my test run, it's doing pretty good. So I'll get a nice cool paint job on this, and I'm using the Predator motor, of course, the 22500 motor, and the 2050 motor, and the Parma pink gears that they have now, and it's a 32 9-tooth pinion and 32-tooth gear, 8-inch axles. But again, I like how this sits. I need to trim this fender a little bit more like I did the other side, but all in all, I really pretty pleased with this. Can't wait to get it finished and to see what it really looks like when it's all done. But there it is. Does pretty good. So that's it. Quick video. You guys, as always, take care and have fun racing.